Are we
All
good?
right, we're good to go. Yeah, I'm glad to have a conversation with you and learn about your band. First and foremost, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm loving if people are going to see this on video. I'm loving the background. You're in your studio down in the basement. I think the wall of amps behind you, your guitar. It's a good visual to start this
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
I love it. It's a good place to do it. I'm just discovering your band. Of course, Mind of Fury is the band, and of course, you're the singer, guitarist, songwriter for the band. And I believe you have a new record out, or the record right now that's called Three. Is that, if my math is correct, is that the name of the record out now?
Perfect. Three.
Okay, I
Third
try.
album.
I do a
Three
little bit of
guys in the
three
band.
three guys in the band, third album. It works out pretty good, a little power trio.
Yeah.
Um, so in transparency, the only song I've heard so far from your band, honestly, is "Screaming in Silence," which I love. I love that the heavy guitars, the heavy sound, but then it comes in with nice melodic choruses. Like it's got a lot of melody behind the power. That's the kind of style I dig. So for those who don't know you and don't know your band, talk to me about Mind of Fury, how it started, and what where the beginnings are.
All right. So, um, basically, all started with me, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm coming
it all
from
begins at
Chile.
one. Yeah, from Chile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm from Chile. I had a band down there. Human Factor was the name of the band, and later on, I had my own solo band. After that was Gheeyeh. And then I moved to the United States. I came to Florida and I met Nick Marino. He's keyboard player for Yngwie Malmsteen.
Hmm.
So I was part of his band, NZM. I wrote an album with him and released it by the name NZM and Eternal Fire.
Okay.
NZM is his own band, is his solo project, you know.
What year?
So
What year was that? Do you remember?
2014.
Okay, about 10 years ago. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
That's when you first came to the States.
yeah.
Okay,
That actually I came in 2012.
okay,
October 2012, 2013, we met, we played, we did gigs and wrote the album that was released in 2014. Then I left the band in 2014. And then I formed Mind of Fury with Mike Frankenbush on bass and Henry Moreno on drums.
Did you originally come over to the States to kind of pursue the thing with Nick, or did you come for other reasons? What brought you to the States originally?
Well, originally, I had my music career in my country, but the government situation, people making money got a lot difficult. My wife, she's an American citizen at the time, she still is,
Yeah.
but we came here because she lost her job,
Okay.
and I was, we were kind of struggling. I was doing, as much as I could, but definitely the opportunities were better here.
Hmm. As far as
So we
being a
moved.
working, yeah, as far as becoming a working musician, there's a lot of opportunities for that for sure. Whereabouts in the U.S. are you right now? Are you on the East Coast, West Coast?
East Coast in Florida,
You're in
and
Florida. Okay.
Orlando to be exact.
What's that?
In Orlando to be exact.
In Orlando, okay, that's very very cool. Is there a huge as far as the regular club? I know like Miami and places like that, and a lot of other parts of Florida, like Hollywood, Florida. There's a lot of there's a music scene there, but Orlando itself, is there a big music scene as far as the rock world is?
No, no. To be honest with you, here in Orlando, I don't know. It's kind of strange, It's very big, very spread out.
Hmm.
People are more into the more modern metal, and even that scene is very small.
Yeah,
With the Cookie Monster
yeah,
and the
yeah,
you know.
yeah. The big headbanging. Yeah, well, you got the hair for it. So if you're watching on video,
Yeah,
you
no,
got
but
the hair. You
more,
could do that.
I
Maybe you
mean,
couldn't sing it, but
the,
you could do the moves.
yeah, I mean the thing, the well, new metal and all that stuff,
Hmm.
like and all that kind of
There you
stuff.
go.
But it's more modern, you
Yeah.
could say.
And that's not
Yeah.
your style. That's not what you wanted to pursue. Obviously, you had
No, but
a
basically
more
it's good for
European
us
style.
too.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
like
we're
a
more
melodic
relaxed.
European.
Yeah, we love. I'm a melodic metal guy,
Hmm.
so we found our crowd in South Florida, Tampa scenes. Like people are more into melodic stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here too, in Orlando too. But basically, lately we've been playing a lot of more over South Florida
Hmm.
and Tampa.
Yeah, you're right about Tampa too. As far as the death metal scene, there's a huge death metal scene in Tampa. I know that for sure. There's that Morrisound Studios there. They produce a lot of records and still do. It's got a huge scene on that part of the state. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
it's a
we're
mix. Yeah.
really a lot of that there, a lot of that South Florida. I mean, we've been in Delray Beach, Boca Raton last weekend. What else? All over the place. You know, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. So, and I don't know, we have like it's getting bigger following. You know, a lot of people showing up to the shows, and every time it's more and more.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
because we're offering something that it's kind of weird, maybe for the people.
a missing void or something they're missing. They're not getting, well, they're not hearing it on radio. They're not hearing it maybe their local shows. A lot of tours these days are, heritage acts like bands from the 70s, the 80s, even the 90s now. That's a lot of what's going on. So to hear a new band offering, a version of that sound, there's always that familiarity, but there's also something new and unique about it too. So when you have that blend, I think people can relate to that and kind of get attracted to that.
Yeah, basically the people that what I've seen lately is like when we're playing our songs, they're like singing already. Like they
Nice.
know the songs, or they're like, "Hey man, the song, man."
This one coming up, yeah, I know it. Yeah, get ready, and they tell their buddy or whoever they're with, like, hey,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
good. That's a
remember
good
this
feeling.
one?
Yeah, that's a good feeling. I can imagine as a musician, that's good to feel, especially when you're up there front and center. You're going to sing, you're going to play. You want to feel that energy from them, knowing that they're excited for what's coming. You're excited to play it. That's a good feeling. That's a good vibe.
It's really cool. And the other thing is like, I don't know. Lately, we've been playing with the tribute bands
Hmm.
because we still, well, I don't
Working
know.
musicians, you got to.
Yeah, getting like an opening slot for a national tour, it's kind of like difficult.
Yeah,
So I thought, well, what's the closest to the national touring bands, tribute bands?
exactly.
So we played with the band. We opened for a band called Made of Metal. They're in South Florida. They tribute albums or bands, but every time they have a show, have a different thing.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
last time we played with them, they did Whitesnake.
Oh wow, like a full show, like a full set of different Whitesnake songs, like different
Exactly.
from a Whitesnake
The
set. That's
hits.
cool.
So they played that, and then
Yeah,
I
that's
think
awesome.
like 2 years ago we opened for them, and we play, and they were doing Bruce Dickinson and Rob Halford's solo career.
Oh wow,
So
now that's
playing songs
interesting.
from Accident of Birth or Tattoo
A
Millionaire or
resurrection from Halford. Yeah, that's
and
amazing.
Fight
Or
and
fight. Yeah,
yes.
that's
So
amazing. Now, yeah, that's a great show. I can imagine maybe a lot of people on a larger scale may not know those records, but for those that do, that's an amazing show. That's an amazing
yeah, and
set.
so we did that with the Whitesnake thing this year, and well, you of course a lot of people go to the show to see them,
Yeah,
but what it was very kind of like exciting was that nobody left when we played.
that's good.
So they were enjoying it, and it was badass. We played for a full house.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you played all original songs, right? Mind of Fury songs.
Oh, we don't play any covers. We do our own thing.
Yeah.
So this weekend we played in Boca, and we opened for Maiden Steel. They're our main tribute band,
Hmm.
and it was packed. And we play an hour and a half.
That's
We
good.
played 15 songs.
No, that's
So
good.
I
That's good.
think we're moving forward really good, and
So
and and it can see people coming back. Like
yeah,
wow,
that's the thing is bringing people back. It's one thing to start a show. You're on a bill with somebody else, so obviously the headliner who's ever playing the show, they're coming there. That's what the tickets are being sold by. But when they come and they get a good band like yourselves that are opening, that's it's lucky for them. It's good exposure for you, but it kind of adds to the whole show, which is great. And then people come back if you're doing a show. Maybe if you're in a club somewhere, they'll come and check out your headline show as Mind of
yeah,
Fury. That's the
it's
goal.
what it's what is happening, you know,
That's
and we're
good.
selling a lot of merch. And well, before that, when we did our first album, Do or Die, in 2017, the year after the release of that album, we did the Rocklahoma Festival.
Oh, that's a big one. Okay, that's cool.
That was cool. And then we played all over the state here in Florida. We played a lot. Then by did the second album, The Fire, with RFL Records. And yeah, we did a lot of gigging with that one too. And we play in 2021. We went to Rocklahoma again.
Nice. That's good.
So
That's a good stage to be on. There's a lot of good mix of bands from the 80s and the newer bands and then everything in between. That's a great platform for you guys to be on. Rocklahoma is a big name. They built that like crazy over the last 16 years, so it's good to be a part of that. I can imagine.
yeah, that was badass, dude.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely. Yeah.
incredible. And then, well, 22, we keep on, you know, playing, but we were in parallel working for this new album,
Mhm.
the three
The
album
three.
that we released. And the last minute we got signed with Rock Avenue Records.
Okay.
They're based in LA and everything, so everything is looking like very promising.
That's good to hear. Take me backwards a little bit though. So Mind of Fury started in 2014, and then you released the first record in 2017. So for that 3-year period, were you guys just, you know, kind of gelling together, playing shows, and writing songs? How come the 3-year period? What took you? I guess what I'm asking is what took you so long to write a first record in 3 years?
Yeah, the thing was that, well, I met Henry and Mike by the end of 14. So basically it's 15.
Right.
So Mike had like 3 songs ready to go. But there's nothing to, you know, have next to those 3 songs. So I wrote the other ones. And I wrote one with Mike. So we completed the album, 10 songs. The main idea was to have in my mind, it was to have a band like you imagine Pantera, but with a melodic voice, like, you know,
like
Steel
back
Dragon.
in the day. Yeah. Like if you knew their songs a lot of people don't know, but the way they were in the 80s with Terry Glaze, it was that
Yeah, but
style.
the main inspiration was to be like Steel Dragon from the band, from the movie Rockstar.
Yeah.
But with more aggressive sound.
Yeah, I get that. I get that definitely on the song I heard, the Screaming in Silence, for sure. That whole vibe is right there.
So we're very, sometimes we're very trashy, like very trash metal, technical and all that stuff. But the good thing about our band or our music is that we can do that. We can do the hard rock thing. We can do the ballad. We can do the acoustic song. So
you can go all over the place.
We have a lot of color, but when you listen to the album, it works.
Yep, as a whole, which is great.
Because it's all melodic.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't know, you hear Rise from the album Vulgar Display of Power.
Yeah.
And then but you don't hear that kind of style with Cemetery Gates.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because the first major label Pantera album, it kind of worked together.
Yeah.
Cowboys from Hell, you know, it's melodic. It's not that aggressive, but Vulgar is
it got progressively more and more as it went on to Vulgar, to Great Southern Trendkill, to Far Beyond Driven, then Southern, and then it came back around. It
gets very, now the riffs and all that, the groove is still there.
Yeah.
But vocally gets very
secular.
Not less melodic and less melodic.
Absolutely.
In our case, the voice is very melodic, but the background changes.
Yeah. So let me ask you then, from the first record to the second one, did you make that transition where you kind of wanted, okay, so let's say on the first record you were melodic as you were at that time. Did you consciously try to make it more melodic, still heavy on the second record going into that? Were you trying to, I guess, go further and further with that style between record 1 and 2?
Well, basically, the only thing I can say is that you can't, unless I can't, You know, oh, now I'm gonna be like this. I can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's whatever it comes. You know, whatever. You know, it never works when you say, "Oh, I'm gonna do the heaviest song ever."
Yeah.
And it never works like that. You know.
But you wanted to
So
make sure you didn't repeat yourself on the first record. You wanted to do something a little bit different, right? Of course, changing the words, changing the chords and stuff, but you wanted to have something different than what was on the first. Still have a style, but you wanted to kind of
oh,
build on
for
that.
example, the first one, it's it's kind of it's it has like a couple. Well, it's power metal, but it's the same at the same time. It's groove metal. You know,
Hmm.
the second one, well, and the first one too is hard rock. Then the second one, it has the same elements, but in more towards power metal. You
Okay.
know, like double kick, you
Hmm.
know, fast songs, intricate riffs, but still have like we still have a song that it's like kind of southern, like I don't know, Leonard Skinner, but with steroids. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
nice. Yeah, yeah.
You know, and the third one, it's heavier, but it's softer at the same time. You have a ballad
Hmm.
where it starts with acoustic guitars and it builds up until the end.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's we have a progressive kind of song. I know it sounds crazy, but when you listen to the album, you're like, oh, it's all related.
Yeah, it all makes sense, which is cool because a lot of bands, a lot of newer bands will just release singles and videos and put them out there on YouTube or whatever, and they'll just do a few, release them, and that's it. But your whole goal was to make a record that, was
Yeah,
cohesive, that sounds good. That I think that should be
the
mentioned
North.
too, because you want to make actual records. And when you could have just done singles and songs and put them out there, and if you like it, great, come to our show and buy a shirt, whatever. But the fact that you're doing records at this stage of the game is pretty cool.
Yeah, because I always did records. Back in the day, like 20 years ago, I released my first album with with Human Factor.
Mm,
Before that, I was part of another band that was called Witchblade, and it was just a guitar player that came into the band and replaced the original guitar player. Then I did Human Factor with the other guys, and we released two albums. But my concept of being in a band is to play our own material.
hmm.
So when you released an album, it's your music. It's 10 songs. Immediately as you released an album, you can go and play a show, an hour show, 45-minute show, because you're playing your music. Then with the second album, you can do an hour and a half or 1 hour and 15 minutes. I don't know. And
Yeah.
if you have three albums, you can do I don't know. Last Saturday we played 15 songs.
Oh wow, that's a big set. Where you got three albums to pull from, so now you can do that pretty
Yeah, but
easily.
that's
Versus,
the great idea. You know, play your
yeah,
own thing. I don't understand when a band it's brand new, they released two singles or something, and they do a show and play, I don't know, three songs and four covers. What the dude? What the hell is that? You need
I'm
to release an album.
yeah, I'm not a
How can you
musician, but I can
present
only
yourself as a band that is
yeah.
credible, that people will say, you know what, I love these guys. They have the balls to, go on stage and play their own shit.
Well, that's it. That's it. Do you think that's because I'm not a musician, but do you think they lack confidence in A, their new material, or B, how well it will go over, that they just think, oh, we'll stick to what people know because we want to, get people to the show. We're going to play songs we know. Do you think it's like lack of confidence in their songs that they play covers instead?
I'm Listen, I'm not
In your
knocking
opinion,
it.
not a specific person or people, but just in your opinion, do you think a band when it does
My
that?
opinion is uh it's easier.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yeah.
All right, let's play a couple of tunes and then it's like, of course I understand. For example, if you're in a tribute band or a cover band, it's very clear to me that you're not into writing songs. You don't have the
Right.
call or you can't.
Yeah.
But you're a good musician and you need to play music. You want to make a living, and that's cool. And that's what you do. Perfect. I totally respect that. I understand. There's a lot of art behind that too. You have to sound like somebody else.
Yeah, and get their
You gotta
structure right.
study. If you want to be really good, you have to study that musician in particular
Yeah.
and imitate it to a T. You have to be that guy.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do. But and that's hard, but it's easier than say, you know what? This is me. This is my music. I will play what I write, and I'm going to stand because of this. And I don't know. I will cross the desert to get to paradise with this. This is my shit, you know?
That's an amazing way to put it. Yeah, I love the way you put that. Cross the desert to get. That's amazing. Yeah, no, I hear you. For the third record that you've done now, did you have outside producers working with you as far as getting the record together, or did you kind of self-produce it? How did they come together?
Self-produced.
Self-produced.
Self-produced. I know what I want to hear. You know, I like the way we sound. Try to capture that on the album. And the album is done like we play live. We don't have rhythm guitars when I do solo. It's bass. It's bass, the drums, and me soloing. We have some power trio like Cream or Van Halen was at some point. Triumph, all those bands, Pantera, when you know, Dimebag was soloing. You can hear Rex in the background with Vinnie Paul. You know,
there was no rhythm guitar. It was just the three. It was the instrumental. Yeah, exactly.
That's our concept. You know, so have a very. Meanwhile, I'm doing all this crazy stuff. Having Mickey playing in the background with Henry. You know, and they filling out all the holes, and you know, that's the spirit of our band.
All live, all real, no backing tracks, 100% live. That's the way to do it. That's what I love and respect.
Now, for the live performance, sometimes, you know, in studio, you use keyboards to do some stuff, you know. So we rely on the backing track for that.
Yeah, which I have no problem with. You're not going to carry a keyboard player around with you. It costs money. It costs another person on the road. I get that. People are not going to bring for a keyboard part in a song. You're not going to lose out. But you're singing. You're playing guitar.
Exactly.
Nick's playing bass. You have Mickey playing drums. Like they're doing it for real. It's not click tracks. It's all real stuff.
Harmony part guitar. I have a pedal that does it for me. So we try to sound as close. Basically, the album is like a representation of how we play live.
That's cool. That's good.
So my main concept. I'm from a different. You know, I was a child in the '80s. And my dad was a musician. And I don't know, it was a time where you turn on TV and you see musicians, and that's what you want to do. You know, I see I don't know, the commercial mainstream music had amazing musicians. You know, I don't know, Michael Jackson, Beat It. You had Van Halen do solo, and then you have White Lion and Van Halen, and I don't know, Europe, Bon Jovi, amazing musicians, you know. Then after that, we have Metallica, Megadeth, Pantera. So, and then European guys like Yngwie Malmsteen and all this stuff. Like that was the thing. And when if I capture some, there's a live show on TV. Oh man, they play exactly the same. That's amazing.
I know.
I want to be like them, dude.
Exactly.
Whitesnake, that kind
they
of
brought
stuff.
it for real, and they brought it. Yeah, some things it wasn't exactly like the record, but you know they could play. There were real musicians that really played. There was no auto-tune, no songwriters.
You know, they were like superheroes to me. Deep Purple, man, California Jam. I'm like, what?
Larger than life,
dude.
Yeah.
So that was my way of feeling Iron Maiden, you know, Judas Priest. Like you see them live and you're like, oh my God, these guys are really for real.
Yeah.
So no, one day if I have a band, we're going to play live and it's going to be even better than the album or something like that, you know?
No, that's good.
So production wise, our music or album sounds pretty like we do. That's the thing. We try to take the stage into the studio. So when somebody listens to, oh my God, and then go to the show, wow, there's no you know?
Yeah, what they hear on the record, they're going to get a good representation live. They're going to see, oh, this is
Yeah.
the band that made that record. This isn't a studio creation. This is a real band who made a record, and now they're going to bring it to you on the stage. That's
Yeah,
cool.
no Milli Vanilli here.
Which have a documentary out now about them too. If anyone's ever seen that on Paramount Plus, there's a good documentary behind the scenes of that. Because what I find funny about Milli Vanilli is that they were crucified back then for not appearing on the record. But how many pop artists now that play? You don't know. There's like 15, 16 songwriters. You don't know if it's really them singing. They use auto tune. They can't sing live. It's all backtracks. I mean, it seems like that's accepted now. It's like, what did they do wrong back in 1990? Everyone does it now. It's crazy. I'd be pissed
Yeah,
if I were them. I'm sure well, Fab Moran is the guy who's still alive. I'm sure he's, pissed about that.
but it's like, it's what I'm saying. The culture was different. The
Yeah.
culture
The
was,
acceptance of what we would accept has changed.
no, the culture was you got to be talented.
Mm.
Probably the representation was you have to be talented, hardworking musician. For example, if I mention a name like Whitney Houston, oh my God, that woman can sing.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
didn't even write her
Voice.
song,
No,
but
but
she was such a
how she
good
brought them
singer.
to life. Yeah, exactly.
Or Mariah Carey or whatever. Lady Gaga maybe is the last one.
Yeah, I
The
would
rest,
agree. Maybe
I'm sorry,
her.
but the rest is garbage.
I know. I hear you.
What is that bullshit Cardi B or whatever it is?
It's not
You know,
live. It's not real. It's a studio creation. That's
yeah, I
what that
don't,
is.
that's ridiculous. And even if it's not, if listen, and if even if it's, if she can do exactly the same live, dude, what the fuck? I can do it too.
Yeah.
Don't
But she
even
can't do it
sing, man.
live. Cardi B, she
Talk.
can't do it live. It's a track. There was a video of her throwing her microphone. Someone threw a drink at her. She threw her microphone. You can still hear her rap or whatever coming through. That's bullshit. I mean, but nobody cared about that. All they cared about was, oh, she hit a fan with her microphone. They didn't care about the fact, oh, wait a minute, I'm listening to a CD on stage. Can't get over
Well,
that. Yeah.
that's what I'm from that kind of era.
Yeah.
Well, I was a very early bloomer. If you talk about music,
Hmm.
so I started playing when I was 11. So I always admired that, and that's what I want to do. I want to,
You
write my
mentioned,
song, inspire people to be a musician or be better, give a lot of entertainment, happiness to people. That's my purpose.
yeah.
Inspire others to see like it's possible to do it, and if you want to do it, you got to work hard for it and be good. Be a good musician, good guitar player, good singer. Try to at least I tried to. But going back with the beginning of Mind the Fury, we
Yeah.
wrote the songs, we had an album, but we want to be like Van Halen or Pantera, where we were four guys. I was the guitar player, Mickey bass, and Henry on drums, and
Mm.
a singer that we couldn't find.
You
Like,
can't
dude, what the
find
fuck?
anyone. You can't do it. You can't find someone to do it right. Do it yourself.
So it was the guys were looking at me like, dude, we heard you. We heard you. You can play and sing. Why don't you try it?
Did you audition people and you were kind of giving them guide vocals and then they just weren't hitting it, or did you just say forget it? You weren't even going to look. Like, how did
We
that come
had
about?
one guy that came to you know to audition. I immediately record him, and he was intimidated by that.
Yeah.
And then no, I don't want to do it. Right. Then I found another guy that was super talented, but was very flaky, and I couldn't get him to come and audition.
Yeah.
So it was a pain in the ass, and it's 2016, and come on, dude, it's ridiculous. So hey, I will give it a try. Recorded all the songs, finished the album,
This is just
and
as you're making the first record. So originally it was going to be somebody else singing, but then after all this, it didn't work out. You sang on it. So it could have been someone else singing on the first record, but obviously it didn't work
yeah,
out, which
right.
is probably for the better.
Yeah, the other guys are happy. To me, it's not bad. It's a pain in the
No,
ass, but
it's a pain in the ass. There's
I've
no
been
going back now. I mean, if you do a fourth record, there's no point in going back now. You know what? For this one,
no,
we're gonna have a different singer. You're gonna change the sound of the band because the singer is the main, one of the main ingredients of a band, identifiable, right? So
no. And listen. I always been kind of a front man in a way. I'm good talking to people on stage. I know what to say, what to do, and I don't
Really good
know.
stage rap.
Yeah, I have the thing, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
So, and I always did backing vocals, so was very used to play and sing at the same time. That had to change, of course. Gotta instead of having a stand mic, I use
The
a
headset thing.
headset.
Yeah, yeah. The Sammy
I
Hagar.
cover
Yeah,
I
yeah.
cover it with my hair, so it doesn't look like I have one.
So it looks like you're just singing into nothing. You're like, where's that sound coming from? How can we hear him? Because you're
Yeah,
not up there doing
but it's
this, and you just
black
have a
thing
little
that
thing
goes
that
up
people
there.
can't see if they're far away. So they'll be like, oh, he's just wow, he can really shout. I can hear him all the way in the back of the back of the room. What a powerful voice
Yeah, the problem was that I had to be as good as a guitar player.
on
Uh,
stage.
yeah, and
Yeah.
on record, I have to find my own voice.
Hmm.
So, but I managed to find it and then reproduce that live. Live wasn't never a problem to me, but I had a problem recording. I wasn't liking it, my voice, but somehow I produced it so I can like what I do.
No, that's good. No, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. With the time that we have left, because this thing doesn't last long, you can see the timer going down 6, 7, 5, 4, 3. I want to hit you with a couple questions here. You were referred to me by our mutual acquaintance Mark Imbinski. He's the one who got you on my radar. How did you meet him? Sign up with him? Of course, he's based in Florida, so obviously there's a connection there. But how did you? I guess for this record, you kind of partner with him. How did that come together with you and Mark for Sonic Boom?
Because of the record label. Rock Avenue Records said, "Oh, we have a booking agent there, so that works with our artists, and
Mm.
he manages bands and stuff like that." So we did it like a conference call, and we talked the three parts, like band, him, manager, and
And the label.
record people on the other side, and like, wow, it was good. He came to one of our shows, and he's like liking it. So
Yeah,
we're
he's
working
super
together.
excited about it too. He's like, man, you
Yeah.
gotta check this band out. He sent me that song, like I said, Screaming in Silence. He's like, you gotta talk to Ghee. You gotta talk to him and get this happening. I said, yeah, we'll make it happen because I'm all about hearing new music too. So yeah, he's super pumped about it. You impressed him for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's because of that. Because we try to when we play live, that's our thing.
Hmm.
The
Yeah,
same vibe.
exactly. Tim. Yeah.
Like, wow, these guys are. I don't know. Sometimes we have some people come, dude. You guys sound like you're more than three guys.
Yeah.
Something like that. In
And then
that,
they
in that.
wonder, oh, what's going on back there? They wonder if you have a backing track or something. You sound almost too good. You ever have that comparison? Or you ever have that
Yeah, exactly.
accusation? Yeah, that comes
Yeah,
up too. It comes up with bands like Def Leppard too a lot too. They don't see the work that goes in behind the scenes.
yeah. It's a
Does
lot of work.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Does Mark have you guys for 2024 as far as touring nationally around the country? Does he have you shows booked up, or what's coming up for you guys for Mind of Fury touring wise
Well,
next year?
Mind of Fury, we're doing December 8th, the release party of the release album. Well, how you call that?
The album release party. So it's not out yet. I thought 3 was already released. It's not. It's coming out.
No, it's out, but we haven't.
Are you doing
You
a
know,
party after it's released? Okay, the album release party is coming in December 8th in Florida.
exactly. That's what is happening.
Where is that happening in Florida for those who can check it?
Brass Mug in Tampa, Florida.
In Tampa. Okay, cool.
Keeper Road.
Yeah, so people can come check that out. And then as far as that goes for next year, 2024, do you have shows booked around the country or in Florida? What's going on? Live shows?
The label is working on that. They already put us in a lot of festivals.
Okay.
So we don't know yet if we got them or not. But
You won't,
supposedly very soon we're gonna know.
yeah, I was gonna say you won't know until closer to the dates. I would imagine hopefully soon so you guys can prepare and get rehearsals together, but hopefully that
We
comes down.
we can go and do it now.
Okay, you're good. I love
We're
the
ready to
confidence.
go.
Oh, I can go right now. I can jump on stage right now. I love that confidence. A lot of guys don't have that. That's great.
I have the trailer right there.
There
So
you go.
it's just to put the wall of Marshall inside the
I
drums.
see that.
That's it. We're
Yeah, if
good.
you're
I
like,
actually have
it's gorgeous.
the
I know.
big
Yeah.
there. So
If you're looking on video, you can see that it's very, very cool. I mean, that's a great backdrop, and that's obviously they're not fake. They're real Marshalls behind you. They're not just boxes. Oh, look at that. Yeah, yeah,
no, the real thing.
yeah.
So
None of that fake
yeah,
wall of sound.
we're like actually we have 18 songs prepared for any waiting for action.
For a show. Okay. It's good to hear.
And our last show was Saturday night this week, and well, last week, and we played an hour and a half, 15 songs. So we're ready. We're ready to headline, ready to open, ready for whatever. You know, that's the concept of our band. Are you ready to go? Yes. Okay. Go.
Well, that's amazing. That's great. That's great. So before I let you go, where can people find out more about Mind of Fury? Do you have a website? Are you on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? What's your social out there? Where can people find you, connect with you?
You can go to Facebook or Instagram. It's all of that. It's at Mind the Fury Band. If you go to social media, at Mind the Fury Band. If you go to our website, mindthefuryband.com. And you can find us on Teespring as well, where you can find all our merch. Mind the Fury official store. Teespring, T-E-E, spring, like the season.
Yeah.
And Mind the Fury gear, whatever. And you will find everything there too. Spotify, the same thing. We're in Spotify. We're basically in all the platforms.
That's good. And you have physical
Google Music, Apple Play, YouTube Music, Spotify, Pandora. We're all over the place.
That's good. And do you have physical copies of your 3 records? Like people can buy CDs if they wanted, or vinyl if they really want?
You can get our physical CDs on our website. You can order them there, and the latest one is going to come soon. It's going to come out soon. We're waiting for the album reaction physical.
Yeah. I know that takes a little bit longer. Is there vinyl records too for those who are interested in that? I know it's a little bit more expensive to produce those, but are you on the vinyl kick?
Yeah, I would love to, but it's coming, I think. It's going to be something inevitable. You know, like I'm thinking, well, I don't know. I'm that kind of person that is like, you know, maybe not very far in the future, we can have a box set.
Yeah.
With vinyl.
After the next record at 4 in a box, that'd be perfect there.
Exactly.
Get your next record out.
Yeah, maybe with booklet with pictures and information, stuff like that. Cool. Some, you know, some guitar picks.
Ah, yes. Little things for the fans. That's yeah, you can see it there, Mind of Fury. You can see it on video too. Very, very cool.
Something limited, but if you get it, you can have it personalized with the signature of the 3 members and everything like that. No, I think that would be cool.
I think it's very, very cool too. I appreciate your time and getting to know you and the band. Of course, we only scratched the surface, but I look forward to hearing more songs and putting this out for people who don't know about your band to come and check it out and come and see a show around Florida, around the rest of the country when you get on some festivals this summer. It's going to be a big summer for you guys. And I hope to check in again when you have new music coming out and new stuff. We can chat again. It's good to connect with you.
Stay heavy. Listen to Mind the Fury. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the support. And stay heavy, fans of metal.
Absolutely. Thanks again for your time, man. It's good to talk to you, and we'll keep in touch, okay? All
right.
I'll get you on Facebook. Awesome, buddy. Take care. Have a good night, okay?
You too. Bye.